Hey guys, what's up? And welcome to my Lightroom Classic tutorial in which I will talk about how to use Lightroom Classic. Now, if I sound more shy than usual, it's because I feel like somebody's watching me. Yeah, but I will try to explain how to use Lightroom Classic, which is the more scary looking Lightroom out of all of them, besides Lightroom Mobile, which will be the next video. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, starting off, we have here the library and the develop. This is the library in which you can see all the pictures that you've imported into Lightroom Classic. You can hit import right here and start putting in your pictures that you want to edit. I recommend editing in RAW if you have a DSLR camera or a mirrorless, because that way you can get the best out of all the data that's in the photo. Now right here, as you can see, I don't have a source, but you can go over here and start looking for stuff. Usually if you have your SD card plugged in, it'll automatically boot up everything and you can start importing right away. Now what I recommend is that when you put your SD card in, you unclick the import all pictures. That way you don't import 20 gigabytes worth of pictures when you only wanted to import like 5 or 10 pictures. So yeah, keep a lookout for that. Once you import your pictures, they're going to be in here ready to edit. So once you are ready to edit them, head on over to develop, and as you can see, this is a clean slate of a picture and it's all ready to edit. So heading up here, we're going to start with the tone area, in which you can work with the exposure, which makes the picture darker or lighter. For this one, as you can see in the background, it's already kind of too bright, so I'm going to bring it down a bit. And the contrast, you can't go wrong with a little bit of more contrast. The highlights, these work on the bright spots of the picture, and you can make them either brighter or darker. I like to keep them there at a normal level. And the shadows, take away the shadows or add more shadows. I want to get rid of some, like that, but not too many shadows. And the whites, do you want to brighten the whites or make them darker? It's up to you. For this one, we'll make them a little brighter. And the blacks, do you want the blacks to be there or not? I want the blacks to be a little bit not there. And from there, we can work on towards the presence of the picture, which is these 5 little options. Texture makes the picture look more texturized. If you zoom in, you can see this more in detail. As you can see, it makes it look better in a way. I don't like to go overboard with it because then it looks like weird. So yeah, let's keep it at 31. Clarity makes it more look clarity-ish looking. I don't know what to call it, but yeah. And then you have dehaze, which just makes the picture darker-ish or brighter-ish. For this one, we'll keep a little bit of dehaze because we want a little bit of the blues to come back. And then you have your vibrance, which makes the picture more vibrant or less vibrant. More color or less color. And then we have saturation, which makes the picture look more saturated or not. Don't go overboard with it, if I'm being honest. Keep it balanced,
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
And then here are the 2 options, or the 2 settings that I really like about Lightroom Classic. Now these 2 options are crop, which helps you crop the picture in any way you like, which it's also in Lightroom, the other one, CC, but I like it here too. And then this one is called the masking tool, which lets you only work on a specific part of the picture. You can put specific settings into it. So if you want to make you know, a tree brighter, then just use the brush and highlight that tree, and you can make it brighter or darker just on that one part. But for this, we can select the subject, and as you can see, it's trying to look for the subject on the picture, what the picture's about. And most of the time, if you're taking a portrait picture, it's going to be the model that's going to be masked automatically by the program. And with this, we can finally just work on just the plague doctor, as you can see. So right here, as you can see, these are already some settings that I already had in there automatically because of previous edits. But you know, we can just do this and do that, and then work our own way with just the plague doctor and take away some of the shadows just on him though, and then some of the whites, some of the blacks, kind of like that. Take away some of the highlights maybe, or just a little bit of contrast. This is good. This is really good. And then yeah, after that you can move on to the hue aspect. And as you can see, I already had some of the blue taken out, but let's add that right back in just a little bit. So this is the hue section, as you can see right here. Just skip over the tone curve. You don't need to learn about that just yet. Keep in mind, we want to keep this a little bit simple because simplicity is the door to complexity. So once you master these tools, you can move on to tone curves and other stuff. So this HSL color tab, go into the hues, and then you can work with these colors separately. So let's say the greens here, I want to make them more teal colorish or yellow colorish, or yeah, something like that. I don't like to mess around with this until it's like the last step, and I'll tell you why in just a second, because I would like to literally straight up go straight to this setting. This is my favorite setting in the whole Lightroom. I know I said that about the mask subject, but I promise this is my favorite setting, and here's why. So this is calibration, and this directly influences the color science of the picture. For example, you know, with color science, all the colors are balanced. So if you move one, another one will move. So it shifts the whole color aspect of the picture. So let's work with the reds. As you can see, if I move it just a bit, some of the colors do move, believe it or not. But there isn't that many reds in the picture besides the hat. And as you can see, we can make it a little bit more orangey, like that. And then we can work with some of the greens here, with the green primary, and make them a little brighter or not, it's up to you, a little yellowish. And then with the blue primary, which is my favorite color primary, if that makes sense, then you can exactly just make the sky look a little bit tealish. And then you can desaturate some of the other colors to not keep it as bright. And this is why. As you can see, we now completely changed it into a different type of cyan sky, and it looks very appealing to the eye, at least to me. This is why it's my style. But if you guys want to add like a purple sky, then feel free to do that. But this is my favorite sky. And I like to not go fully on to the left side. I like to keep some space and desaturate a little bit so it doesn't look too bright. And then after that, then, you know, come back here and make some adjustments to it. Maybe you don't want that much saturation anymore. Maybe you don't want that much vibrance. And then, yeah, maybe you don't want that much clarity anymore. It's up to you. You know, make the adjustments you want to do. And after you're done, you can just right click and export to wherever you want to export it as a full JPEG. Or you could just go edit in and just edit it in Photoshop and then just be done with it. So yeah, that's pretty much it for my Adobe Classic Lightroom tutorial. If you guys want to see more stuff, be sure to hit that like and subscribe for more. Leave a comment. Use the hashtag daring shots, and I will check out what you've posted and stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next one. See ya.